Welcome back, Wrestling WWE fans. Tonight's story is not just about a match, not just about a return, but about shock, betrayal, and the fragile line between legacy and destruction. The news has broken. Nick Aldis has confirmed that Brock Lesnar will appear on SmackDown following his brutal SummerSlam attack on John Cena. But this isn't just another booking announcement. This feels like a storm cloud descending over WWE. When John Cena walked into SummerSlam, it wasn't about titles or reigns. It was about moments, about legacy, about giving fans one more unforgettable night. He has always been the man to show up when WWE needed him most. Please like, share and subscribe for more WWE content. But what happened that night was not a celebration, it was a nightmare. Brock Lesnar didn't just attack Cena. He dismantled him. He tore into him with the kind of cold, merciless precision that goes beyond wrestling. For fans in the arena, it was grief in real time. Parents covered their children's eyes. Adults stood in silence, not knowing if they were witnessing a storyline or something more sinister. Cena wasn't just down, he looked broken. And behind the curtain, whispers turned to fear. This wasn't supposed to happen. Not like this. Rumors immediately spread that Cena had suffered internal injuries. Some even feared the word that no one in WWE wants to hear, retirement. Brock Lesnar has always been a force of chaos, but this time, there was something different in his eyes. This wasn't about glory or championships. This felt personal, like a man unhinged, driven by something darker than competition. Nick Aldis stepping in to announce Brock's confirmed presence on SmackDown only poured gasoline on an already raging fire. Why reward chaos? Why give Brock a platform right after destroying a legend? The locker room is torn apart. Some superstars are furious, saying management has crossed the line by legitimizing Brock's attack. Others, though, quietly admit what everyone knows: Brock Lesnar equals ratings. And ratings, in WWE, often mean more than loyalty. But loyalty is exactly what is being tested. Cena gave 2 decades of his life to WWE. He bled for the company, carried it through lean years, and stood as its global ambassador. To see him left in a heap, with Brock being celebrated for it, feels like betrayal. Behind closed doors, some talent spoke of grief. They saw Cena as more than a rival. They saw him as family. A mentor. A brother. For many younger stars, Cena was the man who always had time, who always gave advice, who always encouraged them when the cameras weren't rolling. To see him brutalized at SummerSlam was to see part of their own foundation crumble. And when foundations crumble, everything feels uncertain. The scandal runs deeper than fans realize. Some insiders suggest Brock went off script, that his rage was not fully authorized. If true, that puts WWE in the most dangerous position possible, where even management loses control of the beast it created. And then there are whispers of Cena's health. His body has taken decades of punishment, and this attack could have been the breaking point. Some fear he may not return at all, that this may be the final chapter written in blood and silence. For Cena's family, the attack was more than entertainment. It was trauma. Loved ones who have supported him through surgeries, injuries, and endless miles on the road are now once again left wondering if the man they love has sacrificed too much for the business he gave everything to. And what of Brock? For all his dominance, his legacy has always been one of destruction rather than creation. But what does it mean when your reputation is defined by ending careers? Where does human connection fit into a legacy built on broken bodies? SmackDown now looms like a funeral procession waiting to happen. Fans will tune in not just to see what Brock does, but to feel the tension, the fear, the grief of a company that doesn't know whether it is honoring its heroes or feeding them to the wolves. Nick Aldis finds himself in the crosshairs. Some say his decision to announce Brock is about control, to keep the monster in plain sight rather than letting him lurk in the shadows. Others say it is about money, about exploitation, about turning real pain into profit. And somewhere in all this, the legacy of the bloodline hovers over WWE like a ghost. Family, betrayal, resentment, power, those themes spill everywhere. Just as the bloodline tore itself apart with loyalty and deceit, now WWE itself faces the same question: when does loyalty end, and when does betrayal begin? For John Cena, this could be the most painful betrayal of all, not by Brock Lesnar's fists, but by the very company he carried for so long. To give everything, and to be left broken, while your attacker is rewarded. The grief in the WWE universe is not just for Cena's health. It is for the spirit of wrestling itself, for the idea that heroes can rise, can endure, and can inspire. Brock Lesnar threatens that spirit, and Nick Aldis' confirmation makes fans wonder if management values pain more than pride. This is more than a feud. This is a reflection of real life, where betrayal cuts deepest when it comes from those you trusted most, where grief follows when legacies are tarnished, and where family, whether blood or chosen, sometimes feels like it's breaking apart. As SmackDown approaches, one thing is certain. Fans will not watch with joy. They will watch with fear, with anger, with heavy hearts, wondering if the man they admired for so long has fought his last fight, and if the monster who ended him will be celebrated for it. And so, as we close this chapter tonight, remember this: wrestling is not only about strength or spectacle. It is about love, about loyalty, about the fragile bonds between those who give their lives to entertain us. John Cena gave love, loyalty, and legacy to WWE. Brock Lesnar took it away in one night. And the question that remains is simple: when the lights go out, and the cheers fade, what truly matters? Love, loss, loyalty, or the blood spilled along the way?